This is the Black Narrative.
Yo, this is Black Eyes.
And this is Akis.
And welcome back to the Black Narrative. It's been a while.
Man, it's been how many months has it been?
Like, I think our last broadcast was in last November. Yeah.
Oh, dang. And, so it's been about half a year.
Yeah, damn near. Yeah, because we took our normal break between November and December like we normally do.
Yeah.
And we just decided not to come back.
Yeah. We
to be honest.
We did kind of quit.
Yeah, we did. And at that time, it was so much going on the online space that, we just didn't care for. And then we was at the point, we just really about the action,
Right.
really getting things done. And then,
A big part of it, man, it was really disheartening to see just how much a lot of people in the B1 space were just about talk and about drama. And instead of it being productive conversation trying to get us closer to the ultimate goal of black sovereignty, it became just, what's that thing that they have on Instagram? Like the slander, what's the shade room?
Oh, shade room.
It became the B1 version of the shade room. Because, heck, you would even go on certain Instagram pages that would moderate people like Tariq Nasheed and Jason Black, and it would just be a bunch of drama.
Yeah,
like the shade room. It became like the shade room.
And especially at the end of last year, because it was like daily Twitter Spaces of and some of the stuff would run for 7 to 8 hours long. Talking about I don't know what.
I don't know how y'all don't gotta clock in.
Yeah, right.
Y'all gotta clock in nowhere.
Yeah, I don't have people at the time, and then it's repetitive conversation that really leading to anywhere.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons. And as you notice, got a brand new format. That's one of the many things we've been discussing over the past few months. So we have been planning the show for a while.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to force it.
Yeah, and we knew that at one point or another we were going to come back.
Yeah.
But really it was just to take that break, get some new perspective, and also basically just separate our what we got going on and from all the drama going on in the B1 space, to be quite frank.
Yeah.
Because it's just not something we want to be associated with.
Yeah, and then with this format, we want to be more shareable, so that's why we're going with a vertical format. So now we can take our broadcast and we can share more easily on TikTok, for example. So that's the reason why the screen is smaller here on YouTube, because we're going to have this immediately available on TikTok after we post it. So that's one.
Shoot, TikTok Shorts, YouTube
Shorts.
Shorts.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts, yeah. So, and our old format with the broadcast was really long form because we were so busy showing you receipts and articles and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was hard to break those down into clips and make them shareable and, people watching them. So it worked for the time that we had it.
Yeah.
But, we had to adapt and adjust like anything else in life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, always being flexible, able to pivot. And one good thing about that kind of change is the fact that when we were doing the broadcast, a live broadcast, I'm not sure if we're gonna be doing live broadcasts in the future. I don't know. Yeah. But we had such an archive of different things that we've done research on, and we've showed the articles and stuff like that. To now, it really is about building an audience so people can come onto the page, and if they do want to watch the long form stuff, they can.
Yeah, they can.
They can go. They can always go back.
Yeah, so we got that going on, and what I was about to say, my mind drew a blank. I was overthinking it.
Oh man, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So so outside of that, we're not sure we're going live again or not. So we're not sure about that. We're not sure about the posting schedule yet. We just trying out the new format and see how we feel and everything.
This really is just touching base.
Yeah, basically, and we've been very busy. So not like and that was another thing that was the long form broadcast took so much time because it took a lot of time pulling in these articles and research and videos together for the broadcast twice a week.
Because throughout our week we've it would take a couple of days to get everything ready, and then on top of it we have more obligations. Like for instance, we're helping out with 6 Zeros. We have different projects we're working on. We have work. We got family, like different things that are just going on that we have to take care of.
Yeah, and it tripped me out because sometimes I watch Tarka Bay's videos and sometimes he has so much videos and data and articles and man, I give you all busy people and we very productive people, but man, it's a drain putting that stuff together I mean, he taking a break. He just had a baby girl, I think, but yeah, it takes a lot. You know, it's really draining. And then, like I said, we've been busy working in the tech space.
Yeah.
So we've been working with other black businesses for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Actually, for the past year. You know, we just
right.
The past 6 months we just had more time to do it because we hadn't been doing this broadcast.
Yeah.
And we have been active. Like, you know, you see me here and there on Twitter. We both active on 6 Zeros. You know, Keith's been writing reviews and stuff for 6 Zeros and whatnot. We both currently still doing UX for 6 Zeros right now.
Yeah.
You know, trying to make the experience better. You know, just keep improving the platform and honestly, you know, I'm really excited about it because you know, we've been working with 6 Zeros for about the past year or so now, and outside of the other, you know, compared to all the other black owned platforms, 6 Zeros to me is one of the best, like by far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is amazing to me, and I'm very proud of him for what he's doing over there because I use some other platforms and it's pretty sadnic or it's unoriginal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they may look good, but you know, but it's really hard running the platform. You know.
And the thing that I like about 6 Zeros is it's a good combination between, you know, old internet and new internet, and there's actually a market for this. Yeah. You know, a lot of people aren't gonna like it, but outside of the United States, there are people that don't know that there are black spaces where they can come and talk about black conversations, because being black doesn't just mean being black in the United States. Being black has been a thing before there was the concept of the United States or the concept of the West overall. Yeah. So that platform, I do believe, marketed right and given the right UX, is going to be something huge. Yeah. So we doing UX. It's just, if you don't know what UX is, user experience. So that's what we do in tech. So we've been busy with that, and then you know. I was just thinking about, like, yo, we are almost halfway through May now, right? Yeah. And, you know, and I was just looking at Twitter, you know, you see the people always talking every day and having these arguments or whatever, but it's halfway through May. What have you done? Like, what can you say you've done so far this year, you know? So, like, for us, you know, back this past February, if you're not aware, that we took upon ourselves, you know, to go out to the streets and we raised money and to make care packages for HBCU students here in Atlanta. Yeah. You know, here in Atlanta, phenomenal. Yeah, it went well. You know, we have Morehouse, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, Morris Brown. I feel like I'm missing one. Clark Atlanta. Did I say Clark Atlanta? Clark Atlanta, Morehouse. Morehouse. There we go. Yeah, there you go. So, So and what we did was use our own money. Yep. And for those who did support us last year, at any point, like the last couple months we were broadcasting, we didn't even take that profit with us. We used that money to put towards that. You know? And so we didn't even keep that money ourselves. And then and we raised additional money, and we had enough to make about 200 care packages. Man. And not only stuff too. Yeah, it was great. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was some good stuff. Like we didn't put anything in the bag that we wouldn't eat ourselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you know, good quality material like food, snacks, well, just helping to get by. Yeah. And we didn't give it just to the black students down there. You know, most of HBCUs are surrounded by the hood. Yeah. So, you know, a couple of homeless people and some other people came around and we didn't refuse them. Yeah. You know, we gave them care packages as well. Some of the employees that was working on campus that worked the yard and whatnot. Yeah. And what I'd love to see was the amount of support that we got, because we went into this very blind. You know, it was me, Black Ice, and an elder. Yeah. And we just got a bunch of boxes, you know, and we loaded a truck, pulled up right outside of Clark Atlanta, parked on the side, right across the street, and we're just posted up. And you know, I went, you know, started walking around telling people the news, and slowly, you know, as we started going around and started talking to people more and more people started coming, and and it was a bus driver that actually helped us.
Foreigner.
Yeah. Right. Non-FBA. It was a non-FBA bus driver.
She was clutch.
Yeah.
She really was clutch.
She came and she allowed me to personally be able to go to the different campuses inside and give these care packages. Yeah. And funny, she's more helpful. The foreigner more helpful than the actual school. You know, because before we even went out there, you know, we contacted schools like student affairs, let them know we come out there, we had care packages and everything.
And like first thing was like, first thing was asking like, well, what part of organization you are? What part of organization you in?
Yeah.
And like, no, it's just it's just two guys just want to help out our own people. You know what I mean?
You can't even give back. The amount of suspicion we have against our own people, but you're supposed to be helping us.
Yeah, it's like you had certain permissions and whatnot, like to feed people that need the food. You know what I mean? So like we came out there, we went out there anyway. And then, but one school, I think it was Spelman. They were supportive.
Look, I mean, of course, we're always going to say the truth about Spelman and its origins. But
right.
We can't not be biased, know. But Spelman was very solid. I really loved the support that they gave. They made a flyer. They were spreading the news. And then when you go to the campus, the mindset and the kind of atmosphere that was there was very warm, very friendly. And let me say, as a black man, it's nowadays it can be kind of hard to find any friendly faces. And
because some other campuses wasn't as friendly.
Oh man,
you try to help them out.
Yeah, right. You say, hey, like here's food. They people get the wrong ideas.
Yeah.
People always think we have become so. I mean, we've already been a hurt people, but that hurt has been heightened and kind of honed in on to the point where you can't even be kind or generous to somebody without it being seen as a facade, seen it as a way to get their guard down.
Right.
But then if you're an ass, you can't win either way.
Yeah.
But it was insane to go on a campus and to be quite frank, walking by the different sisters and say, hey, how you doing? And getting, hey, I'm doing good. How about you? Back. That was actually surprising. You really don't get much of that in this day and age. So, Spelman, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, and we did for two. Well, one, it's been heavy on our hearts to do this for a long time. Cause this was our second time doing it. Because the first time we did it was a small school at South Carolina because HBCUs here in Atlanta was giving me the runaround. So
red tape everywhere.
There's a whole bunch of red tape. So we had to take it out of state last time. So I'm glad we was able to do it here this time. And the second reason I did want to show that, you don't have to. It would have to be grand. It had to be nothing large and grand to do something to help out your community, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't need $1 million,
to put into a museum,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean? That which is not even a museum. Like I'm just being honest. That's a lounge. You know what I mean? And then you also need a whole bunch of money to build a whole large school like in Maryland.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad Dr. Umar is finally about to make it happen. I think he got the building. I think the school will be open next year, but.
Right.
Just imagine he could have had it up and going a lot sooner if he just kept it down to one classroom and just scaled up. You know what I'm saying?
And think about, like, for instance, when we did that documentary on Spelman, or when we did that broadcast on Spelman and other HBCUs, they all started in church basements. They started very small scale. Now, the name carried on.
Yeah.
The idea carried on, even though it was facetious.
Yeah.
But they started out small scale. But the issue with us is we want to go big and as soon as possible. We don't have patience. And then we dive head first into projects that we know nothing about.
Right.
We've never done anything like this before. We just think it's like a movie.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And that's why it's also things happen to fail or not pop off at all.
Right.
So we like to scale it up to where we be able to travel, go to more campuses and have more care packages. But yeah, we did it on our own. And then to be honest, the money that we did raise, for the care packages came outside the B1 community. I'm just being real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this comes from someone. We supported the museum. We supported UMR School.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I can talk about these things like. Those things not happening because I put money into it and I didn't give what I was promised.
Right, exactly.
But here, anybody who did contribute to our cause, that's what they got. We made those care packages and we put it out there. So, but yeah, it doesn't have to be grand. And we actually made a direct difference. And it was funny too because I was going to do the Twitter feed and I saw King Randall.
Yeah.
And so I don't agree with everything he said. I don't agree with anybody 100% or whatever.
Right. That's impossible.
But I do respect his hustle. You know what I mean? And I just remember it was a couple years ago we did a broadcast about that.
Yeah.
And when he started the X for Boys School, and I remember talking about I'm gonna say it was Tariq that said he was he was op.
Yeah, he was op.
You know, because his dad worked for FBI or something like that, whatever.
Yeah, the biggest op said that young man doing things for his community and for the people in this for orphan boys in this city was an op.
Yeah, you know, and so I'm looking at the past 2 years, like okay, what what has Tariq's done compared to King Randall? Like, you know, I watched this dude.
And he's a millionaire.
Yeah, right.
You know?
And he is. And you know, you watch King Randall teach young black boys how to change tires, change oil, use firearms. You know, we watch him at the school.
A curriculum. First off, that's big in itself. That's big. He built an actual curriculum.
You know, yeah, and he scaled. You know what I'm saying? And he scaled. Yeah. You know, he started very small for grandma's house, so he ended up having a school.
Right.
And not to say, you know, nobody's perfect. We're not perfect either. Mm-hmm. But this is to make the point of that it doesn't have to be grand to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's the only point I'm really trying to make here. You know, and actually we're playing something else out for August. Yeah. We just want to announce it yet because we really haven't started planning yet because all the other projects we're working on right now. And now we're trying to get the broadcast back going, so we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got tired of people just always talking and not really taking action. I mean, and you know, it can be something. You know, if sometimes you may not be able to go out and shoot do it yourself. That's fine. Just support people that will, or you know, just make some effort. Like, yo, I want to support, I want to patronize more black businesses this year, or things of that nature. Just small things.
It's really one of those things where don't get caught up in. I mean, COINTELPRO has had its way with us already. Yeah. And now this new age of COINTELPRO is absolutely, I mean, have us running to and fro like chickens with our heads cut off.
Yeah.
But don't get caught up in the hype. Understand that black sovereignty is the goal at the end of the day. Right. So anybody that is writing for the black community, that's your ally. Anybody that's writing against black sovereignty, that's your enemy. Yeah, and so it's very simple to know and support who is going or to make a difference, who actually wants to genuinely help.
I think people just need to get offline and touch some grass too, man. And that's what I did. And that's what we did, because if you weren't like sensible people and know how to talk to people, even that foreigner that drove the bus, she wouldn't have helped us out. And really, she was so clutch because we was in one spot and like one school did send out the flyer, but they put the wrong location. So
they put a location that didn't exist.
Yeah. So like some students walk around trying to find us like for an hour or so. You know what I mean? Yeah. But since she was actually going campus to campus around the HBCU on a route, like every 20, 30 minutes, if you had to reach people directly, you can bring straight to them a lot quicker. You know what I mean? So it just things of that nature. Now you would have been like, oh no, we ain't talking to you, you're not one of us type ish.
Yeah.
You know, we would have neglected our own people trying to get it done. You know what I mean?
And it's but it goes to show how dangerous it is to be an ideologue.
Yeah.
You know, when you're just really stuck to the point where you can't even amicably talk to somebody, because there's a lot of us that don't even know how to talk to people.
Yeah, people like discernment too. Like you got to know, you know, you figure out who's on code or not on code just by talking to them. But you automatically start barking at somebody without even talking to them first, and then you'll never know what you're missing out on. You know, but you just kind of like catch you up what's going on. Mm-hmm. We are gonna try to drop. I like to say we don't know when we're gonna drop the next episode. Yeah. I mean, just one after this is gonna be really soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But after that, you know, we still trying to get back in the rhythm of things, working out our kinks, shaking the dust off. Cause like, dude, I actually broke down all the equipment in my office, bro. Like, we was done. I put up the mixer. I put up the lights. So I'm like, yo, we done.
We were cool. We were spending our Thursdays just networking,
eating, going to like do different tech events and meet with black owners, black startup spaces.
Yeah,
that's what we've been on, and we still are. But so I mean, those things we've been doing. But I appreciate y'all. Check it out, like, share, subscribe. Catch us on TikTok. This is going on TikTok, and we try to share more on there. Anything else you want to add, bro?
Just stay vigilant, family.
All right, man. Well, shalom, y'all.
Shalom.